I thought was the best comic book movie of last year. I thought I enjoyed it more than Guardians of the Galaxy, mainly because I think Guardians of the Galaxy 3 had a villain that I didn't really care for. He was just kind of an evil guy, and the thing
Fair enough.
I liked more about that movie was the whole Rocket storyline. That might be the best thing I've seen in all 3 Guardians movies, let alone just that movie.
Well, listen, real quick, can I add on to that?
Go ahead.
So, Bradley Cooper, talking about him again, the voice acting in that especially, like, that was incredible, emotional.
It's better than Maestro.
Yeah, literally. And also, going off the Rocket story, I know this isn't even what we're talking about right now, but
no, it's okay. That's why it's a pod, dude.
His whole the opening of Guardians of the Galaxy with Creep, the Radiohead song.
Yeah.
Dude, that was like heartbreaking. And it was one of my favorite like Marvel openings in so long. And I think it's one of the best. That and the Adam Warlock scene was like Winter Soldier level of whoa, you know what I mean? Like seeing them for the first time.
Yeah, it's gonna be James Gunn will be missed in the Marvel universe.
Definitely.
Very refreshing to see him make a movie in the Marvel universe, but luckily he's in DC. Yeah. Just to go back to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, my brother saw it. He said it was like maybe the best theater experience of his life. Now, I don't know if it's on that level for me. I think the only reason why this is not ahead of my next installment is because it's incomplete. You know, there's another chapter to it.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people weren't expecting that, and they were soured on the ending because of it. I think this movie did, like, I don't think it could have been any better if that was the way they were trying to tell the story.
Yeah.
The animation, dude, is so
crazy,
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gwen, Spider-Gwen, is literally one of my favorite animated characters at this point. I think she's freaking awesome. I think she's the balance of, you know, you're sympathetic to her, but you feel sympathy for her, and she's also a badass. That's very likable and charismatic, and voiced wonderfully by Haley Steinfeld. But I love what they did with in different universes. There was a different type of animation.
That was cool.
Is different. There's so many characters in this movie. There's so many winks at the camera, but like they're fitting and cool. It's not just fan service like hello. To me, I really enjoyed it. Seeing everybody. You see everybody from like Insomniac, Spider-Man from like the games. Like honestly, one of my favorite Spider-Mans. Like video game. So you see him in that, and like you see Spectacular Spider-Man, which is cool. Great cartoon. I love growing up. I saw like all the old Spider-Mans. But like Gwen's, the way they animated hers, they do it in like watercolors, which I was like really taken back. I was like, wow, this is gorgeous. Yeah. I know somebody who hates comic book movies, hates them. And he went into this movie and he was blown away. He was like, that was great. And he didn't see the first Spider-Verse, which
really
a lot of people by surprise. And I really like the first Spider-Verse a lot too. I think it's probably a tad overrated. For some people, I think some people think that's the greatest Spider-Man movie ever made. I don't see it that way. I prefer Spider-Man 2, Raimi's Spider-Man 2, and even the Raimi's first Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Even like I still like No Way Home. There's been a recent hate. I think it's this MCU thing where like MCU fans are unhappy. There's an MCU hate thing.
Yeah.
People are automatically turning on No Way Home and being like, you know, technically it wasn't that well written of a movie. It's like, all right, whatever. I still really enjoyed it. It's a movie experience I'm never going to forget. Although Across the Spider-Verse, the soundtrack, all of it, I was really nervous this wasn't going to be good, but I feel stupid that I even thought that. It was really great stuff for me. Did you see it?
Yes, and I'd say for me, this is one that I was anticipating for a while after they originally announced it. And then when the first trailer came out and everything, I just wasn't super hyped for it anymore.
Yeah.
Almost. And when I went to see it with my dad, because when the first one came out, we saw it together and he loved it. So we went to see it, and yeah, I mean, I would say that I was definitely blown away. It surprised me. I think where I agree with people's criticism of, and what you're saying, where it doesn't end really, you know, it leaves everything open. I'm a sucker for cliffhangers, you know.
No, I am too, and it didn't bother me necessarily.
Yeah,
that's probably the reason why, like for example, if the next movie's not good for some reason,
well, that's
ruin the second one. So I have to put the next few above it for me.
Yeah, no, that's how I feel too. I mean, like, I loved it. I love the cliffhanger. I love the twist. But I do think, you know, I only saw it the one time. I got to rewatch it. But I do think, looking back, the only thing I think about is that twist.
Yeah.
And maybe the scene where they're all chasing Miles Morales. Other than that,
yeah,
you know, maybe there could have been more. But also, like you said, I mean, it's a long animated movie too, and it was perfectly executed. So
I think the things I also enjoyed were obviously the action sequences are just, they're so beautifully animated that it's just eye-popping in general. But I really like the scenes with Gwen and her father, and I like the scenes with Miles and his dad.
Yeah,
that kind of connection they kind of both. I just really enjoyed everything about it pretty much, and I will be getting it on 4K soon.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What was the villain's name in that?
In Across the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Wasn't the villain Oscar Isaac's character? Oh yeah, or are you talking about the Black Spot?
Yeah, the Black Spot thing.
That was voiced by Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah. So that was like, when they introduced that at the beginning, I was like, what the hell even is this? You know? and then when they went on and on and on with him, and him, like, you know, pretty much taking over, like the scenes where they show, you know, Miles's dad's potential death and all that, it was very evil. And I think it was great to utilize a character that pretty much no one knew, or I don't even know if it existed before.
Yeah, I'm not this avid comic book follower, but it's the first time I saw that character.
Yeah.
But what because the movies really doesn't have like a real villain.
Yeah.
Like, because the villain's a hero.
Yeah.
But he just disagrees with Miles, and I thought that was really creative.
Yeah, definitely.
Really good. And like I said, man, like the way that's animated, which really matters. Like, it really matters how well this is animated, and it's thrilling at the end. It really is.